What's up you guys, it's Lord again, coming to you from Germany. It's hashtag booktube time again, where I do a drawing from a random page in a book I just read and tell you a little bit about this piece of literature, what I liked, what I didn't like, what it's all about. This time we're diving into the first Gods of Manhattan novel by Scott Mebus. It's the German version, so it doesn't make any sense for me to read you the page the randomizer gave me out, but it was the first page with actual content, so page number 9, in case you want to read up on that. And it basically follows Adrian van der Donk, who is one of those gods of Manhattan, and he rides on his horse over the Henry Hudson Bridge, and he is followed by someone who wants to kill him. So very dramatic opening. And while you see me draw, I tell you a little bit about Gods of Manhattan, the chosen one, which probably is the English title. Didn't look it up. Yeah, normally I really like modern fantasy like this. I love everything with gods and superpowers. And this really has some original ideas, especially when it comes to the gods. Since there are no gods like the Olympians or the Greek gods, the Nordic gods, they basically all have a relationship to what's important on the island of Manhattan. To become a god in this world, you have to be famous for something. And you have to be that famous that even after your death, there is kind of a legend around you. So maybe if you were that rich that people years and decades after your death still talk about how much money you had, you probably become the god of fortune and money. If you're a really good pickpocket, if you in your life could steal anything without getting caught, then you maybe become the god of pickpockets and thieves. And by that logic, there are also some more useless and stupid gods. I don't know, if you were famous for publicly urinating everywhere, then you're probably now the god of public urinating. Certainly some kind of achievement. But this book actually doesn't follow any god. We have two main storylines. The one follows, I already forgot his name, Rory, yeah, which is called the Light. He is a normal person, well at least the reader thinks he is. Until the end of the book you don't get to know that, but there's some kind of mystery around his father, so maybe Percy Jackson style, he is actually some kind of half-god, we don't know yet. But being a light means that you actually can see the world as it really is. Because the world of the gods and the ghosts that also exist, still exist in the actual Manhattan, but can't be seen by normal people. So kind of like Diagon Alley in Harry Potter, you have to go to certain places and do certain things to get access to a very certain area. There's also some kind of time travel involved with this. So there are buildings that was destroyed decades ago that still exist in the ghost world, and the gods actually are living in there. And the second storyline follows a group of the children of gods who are no gods themselves, but teenagers who never age. So they stay in puberty forever. Absolute horror. And they really try to change the world basically, because there's some evil god behind everything that's going on, and he's taking more and more control of the whole city and the other gods. Yeah, I was really looking forward to this, but I don't think I want to read any more of this series of Scott Mebus. In my opinion, the first 100 or 150 pages were really horrible. I didn't like the writing style at all. I didn't like any of the characters, especially Rory is absolutely the worst. He's super annoying. I always hated when a teenage boy slides into an absolutely awesome and incredible adventure, and he, through the whole book, cries out, why me, I want to get home, I want to get into bed and draw the blanket above my head, I don't want to have anything to do with you. Is there any teenager or child who would say that, actually? Who has the opportunity to get to know a real, actual fantasy world and to be a really important figure in this story and in this world, and to say, nah, I don't want to. I want my boring normal life with going to school and then going to work and be happy with that. Yeah, that's normal. Well, yeah, even without that, he's pretty boring and annoying. And there's also so much potential that wasted here. There are promising ideas. For example, the Central Park is a big trap where for more than 100 years the ghosts of the Indians that lived on the island of Manhattan originally are trapped. There are really cool ideas for gods who could be way more exaggerated and funny and interesting. But in the end, the only character in this book that's really memorable and likable is Rory's little sister. I also forgot her name. That's how much I like this book. And if a little child is the favorite character of a book, that certainly means a lot. Yeah, it's written for children, for young, very young adults, so it's kept simple, but I also reread the first Harry Potter novel a while ago, which has about the same amount of pages, and it did everything so much better. It had a way more interesting idea, it had so many great characters, plot twists, an interesting villain. I also have no feeling for the villain yet, which could have been better since they want to keep him for the next books apparently. I'm really underwhelmed with Gods of Manhattan, but I'm pretty happy with the outcome of my drawing of it. Let me know if you know this book, if you know the author, if you think that I should continue reading the series, if it gets better, if it gets more interesting, then I will consider doing that, but otherwise I will put that in my shelf, on my shelf, and never look at it again. So, hope you still like the BookTube series, then I will continue doing it, but of course I will also give to you more other content. Hope to see you again. May the Lord, that's me, be with you. See, that was wrong. Let me try that again. May the Lord, that's me, be with you. Yeah, that was better. Not perfect, but better. Let's try again next time. See ya!